Okay, that's better, I think. I hope. Let us see. Lotus. Let us. Yep, okay, my voice is working. Music is also working just about. I think it's all working. Alright, so we're not going to look at the Lua stuff, because that's all kind of done. Well, not really. I added some new properties for the font stuff, which I need to add, which I may as well do now, because that's easy. And I won't embarrass myself. Let's go. Right, here we go. Has valid, let's do if has valid vec2 -1 is the element, and then it's going to be font no, text pos, text position, then new element text pos equals get vec2 lua -1 text pos. A little bit repetitive, but we've got some wrapper functions to do with that, so layer equals. No, that's not what I want. I want text pos layer, copying the name off. So any cast. Oh yeah, that's right. So that should be vec2 and then property defaults. So I'm gonna have to add that to the defaults. That's a keyword? I don't know. Defaults at layer C++, and then that is going to do something. I think the signal should be better now, Kira. Add Among Us code. No, I would not be doing that. Anyway. Yeah, so now I just need to add this to the property defaults. So if I go here, I go down like 10 or something. It was not meant to be in block mode, anyway. Alright, append, comma thing. I'm still learning Vim motions, so that's kind of cool. What was I doing? Font pos. I don't need ratio transform anymore, so I can get rid of that. Delete. Font pos. And then do an ending of a vec2, and this is just going to be the same as position, I guess. So let me use the proper constructor for that. 0, 0. What is it complaining about? Oh, I don't need that. And oh, no, that's fine. Okay, cool. Post this cat with considerable delay. No thanks. You know, you can type in the chat. Wait, are you doing that? I don't know if I have a chat stream thing that I can see actually. I don't know if the chat is supposed to show up here or. Let me see. How do I see? It doesn't say that I'm live right now in YouTube Studio. I don't know what I'm doing. Live. Yeah, here we go. Now, can I see the... I can't see the comments from here. Where can I see the comments from there? No comments law since I got super. Oh, okay, so you can't do comments on the thing. Kiro can't do comments. And super emoji. Anyway. I don't know. I don't even know. It says chat rate is 0, which I assume means that there's no comments. There's one viewer though, so it's better than none. Let us see. So font position, and then what else is there? There's font dimension. No, not font dimensions. There's font size, which I think is just a int 32. I'm using that because at least then it's like a standard thing. I know it's 32 bits long. 0, there we go. And I think that's that. Ooh. Okay. That needs to be stopped on it. That needs to be like that. That needs to be like this. And then I think there's another one as well, which I'll figure out eventually. And that should not be properties at layer. That should be properties at text position. And then over here, let's do if. Actually, let's have a look. New element. What properties are here again? Okay, so we got. I can get rid of ratio transform now. We've got text position, text size. I think I'm already doing text, aren't I? No, I mustn't be. So I can do that. That's just an empty string that I'm going to do for the default. Cat dimension for real. Okay. Text size I can do here. So if has valid int lure -1 text size. So if it has valid int, it has to be an int specifically. It can't just be a number. Keep doing layer. Text size equals getInt lure -1 text size. There we go. And then else it's just going to grab the default. So text size equals. Oh, actually, you know what I could do? I could do this with a ternary operation, which would be kind of funny. So I'm gonna. Is it wrong one? Still running Vim. Let's do that. Yeah. New element text size equals has valid int lure -1 text size, and then if it's true, then it's get int lure -1 text size, and then if it's false, oh wait, yeah, then if it's false, isn't that proof it's false? Something like that. Then it just gets the default property. So any cast, and then it's no, it's not math. It's just an int 32, and then property defaults. Dot get text size. There we go. That's kind of funny. It's a one-liner, guys. How cool is that? That's cursed, but anyway. There's a shop called Torrent. Yeah, lore. I can't tell what you're referring to be honest. Anyway. Let us see. How does this YouTube live control thing work? I got it in Visual Studio, but yeah. I think there's a way to see the chat. Oh, the stream quality is not doing too great. I think there's a way to see it somewhere. I forgot, but anyway. Who cares, right? The drop frames is increasing by the second. Yeah, ternary operations are funny. I'm going to keep doing them. New element text. It's pretty self-explanatory what this is doing anyway, so it doesn't need to be super explicit. I won't rewrite the rest of them though, because that's just a waste of time. Let us go to here. Yeah, let's add that one in again. What was it? Font. Oh yeah, we need the actual font value, which should be by default a string of an empty string. And then, I keep doing a semicolon. Then what else? Hero brain about to explode. There's nothing fancy going on here. This is pretty boring, actually. Yeah, need to do font and then text as well, which is just empty string as a font, I guess. Text. I don't know why I'm doing a space there now. Yeah, it doesn't correct anything. So. There we go. I'm still using the arrow keys for that, even though I should be using the Vim ones, which is like H, J, K, L. So standard any string, empty string again. That's all well and good. That's the end of that. That is an interesting group chat name, Kira. And then now I can do the text element and new element text equals as valid string -1 text. If true, then it gets string -1 and then string properties, so text. Else it's just the default. So any cast that back to a string, and then property defaults .at text. There we go. And then for font, it's just exactly the same thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to yank this new line, paste, and then I'm going to change text. Actually, you know what I can do, which is also kind of funny. I can select that and go like this, S, and then substitute text. Is this going to stuff something out? No, that should be fine. Text for font, and then it just does that. So that's that. Because that's basically the font file path, but I'm just calling it font because it's easier, makes more sense, I think. Oh, the screen's too small to see the code. What I can do is make it larger, I think. Wait, Vim isn't liking that. Yeah, but make it like 200%. Oh my goodness, that's weird. Okay, let's not make it 200%. Let's make it like 150 maybe. That's also still weird, but whatever. I guess I can move this out of the way a bit. Yeah, this can be thinner, that's fine. And then I also don't need the properties window here at all, really. I'll probably get rid of this. I'd never like modify my at all, really. I probably should make it easier for me to do stuff, but yayo. Can you see that now properly, Kira? Hopefully. I think so. I think that's all of the things that I have to pass now. Actually, did I put that into the defaults? Let me see. Where is the property defaults? Is that in here? Yeah. Yes, I did put font in there. Lol, what's the lol? Is it easier to see though? Let me see here. I mean, it looks kind of easier to see. It'd still be kind of difficult to see on mobile, though. I get your point. I probably want to make it a little bit bigger. Let me see. There you go. That might be better. Okay. Anyway, save all that. Let's go to where we drop in, boys. I think, yeah. Okay, here is the big stuff, the big boy stuff. But at the moment, I need to be doing this, which is a massive pain. Okay, so basically I'm just copying these, except instead of using the position and dimensions thing that this uses, it's still like the same layout, but the position.x plus dimensions.x has to be like the bottom corner of the glyph rather than the bottom corner of the element, so I have to add all of the things together for that, which is interesting. I'm also going to have some sort of function that allows me to measure text, which is also going to be interesting. And I don't know how I'm going to do that, but anyway. Like, I don't know how that's going to fit into the architecture of the library, but whatever. Because I think I'm going to have to do C closures in Lua, which is going to be a pain, but I tried to do it once and it didn't really work very well. Okay, so minus offset.y. I think I need to add the offset also to the no, maybe this is also add. I feel like this might also be add. I think I ran into the same problem with whatchamacallit, with the normal vertices. Yeah. I'm doing something weird, okay. There we go. I go to... Yeah, I think I am going to have to add to all of these, not just advance, but... See, the problem is that this, like, glyph info.advance, this is how far it has to advance in the texture, not how many pixels it has to advance. So I think what I need to do is just save the glyph info as texture, and then 21 minutes in. Great. That's a good meme. I should add that to my list of memes. Anyway. Yeah, so the problem is that I've set this glyph info.advance in, so this is set in the renderer here. This is where it's set, and it's divided by the texture width so that it's in terms of texture coordinates, like normalized texture coordinates. But what I probably need to do is save this just as a raw pixel value and then do that later, depending on the text info which I will have access to in the renderer. So yeah, I'll do that because I don't have access to the dimensions here. Otherwise I would just do like multiply by the dimensions or whatever. Or maybe I do, but that would be kind of inconvenient to do anyway, so I will do that. And then that, so then, yeah, then it's just adding them together. This doesn't need to be casted to floats now anyway, because it doesn't matter. Well, it's going to be casted to floats anyway, because I'm saving it as a vector 2, which is a float thing. Right, that's cool. Opening braces here that do not need to be there. Okay. 4 views, how cool is that? That's fine. That's fine. I think that's all of the stuff that I was like kind of doing stuff with. So the offset, I believe, is not the offset that's like applied to just the glyph. Unless it is bitmap left, bitmap top. Okay, so maybe it is then. Because if it's the left and then the top, that means the X offset and then the, yeah. So the X is like where the glyph starts on the left, and then the top is where, so let me see if I can find the diagram that FreeType has actually. FreeType glyph breakdown. Glyph conventions, here we go. There's a really good maybe it's in glyph metrics. Yeah, here you go. So if I share this window, if I change the window to here, and I change the window that it's capturing. Cube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. Is the stream choking and spluttering? I think. I don't know. It seems fine. Yeah. So if I change it from Visual Studio to this, here you can see. Yeah. So this is sort of what we're working with. Has all of these different properties, and there's like bearing and then advance, which is how far you have to go to get to where the next one starts, and then it all has like an offset to it. And so trying to figure out that offset and figure out where I should position the vertices for this like quad here is what I'm trying to do in here. So yeah, it's a bit involved, and I think this offset is to do with the number of pixels it's offset in here. Oh no, you can't see it. Okay. Let me see. Who's calling me on Discord? Let's see. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so the offset on here, I think, is related to that offset in Visual Studio here. So this thing. So, I think in theory, I probably need to go over to in here. I need to, so adding the advance here, because this is basically where that bottom right, well, like bottom or top right vertex like coordinates are in that quad that would make up like that G that you saw before. So yeah. Okay, buddy. So let me go. Let's see. So if I had to go here, append, go plus advance, and then I think plus is a text box pos X. So I'm going to keep increasing the advance by whatever it is I'm increasing it by, which is going to be the pixel like size multiplied by divided by the window size. So if I go plus text, so I've got text pos and then glyph info dot offset dot x, and then I think I just have to multiply all of it by this. So offset dot x divided by float. Oh no, it's all floats anyway, so that's fine. Window dimensions dot x, because then that's going to be basically 16 pixels, but in window dimensions, which is cool. Except, so adding that is going to move it to adding it is going to move it to the right, so that's fine for a left to right system. Zach trying to call me. Do you see that I'm streaming? Let me see. Should I call him back?
You want from me?
What do you want from me? I'm streaming.
I'm watching your stream.
You're watching my stream?
Yes.
Okay, what am I doing right now?
Coding. I commented
No
in your
way.
stream, what do you mean? I'm the only
you did?
watcher.
You commented? I didn't see that. Wait.
Oh, I'm top chat
Do I
3
see that?
times.
I actually know how to see the chat. Let me see if I can figure that out, actually. Okay. It's like live.youtube.com, isn't it? Something like that.
I just went to your channel.
No, but like how I see the comments.
Oh, I don't know.
In the YouTube studio, it's probably in here. Let's see. Live stream thing. It doesn't show any of the, Right, how about if I go to, I'll probably just go to the stream, like link, and then see it there.
Yeah.
Like link.
What does all this mean anyway?
Did I say that? What do you mean? What?
All these.
Oh, all these. Basically, it's setting up the points of triangles that make up, like rectangles that get rendered to the screen. So,
Why?
This is for my UI library that I'm writing. It's open source. I can post a link to it actually in chat. I may as well.
What kind of sauce? Mustard?
Yeah, for real.
Let's go.
Let me post this. Where is it? VidentiUI is what it's called.
It's so funny because you were like, who's calling me right now?
What? Yeah, I was like, what is going on? And I didn't actually realize that you were watching it like actively while I was doing it. But anyway, I linked the library thing. So that is like, so you see like the directory tree that's there in the like around here. That's all like in the repository that I just commented. But yeah. So
fast, reliable, ease of use.
I
No
know,
games,
right?
no websites. Let's go.
For real? Because we're gamers.
Languages? C++? Try English, buddy.
Okay. Yeah, so at the moment, I think I'm just adding the offset to all of this. I don't really know what I'm doing, to be honest. I still haven't familiarized myself with FreeType, which is the library that I'm using for text stuff. At the moment, I'm trying to get text rendering working. Did I just switch those around?
I don't understand
not
a
see
thing
what
of what
happened
this
there.
is. I don't really understand what the point is.
Yeah,
But I
this
guess
is
I'm
very...
just...
This is very difficult to read. This is not good code, but yeah, at the moment, I'm basically just adding this to all of it.
You do code notes though, like you put little notes in the code. Gotta do that.
Not heaps, to be honest.
Oh.
Most, like, the only documentation that you really want is documentation for like main features or how to use features properly, because if you just like document pieces of code that are kind of like pretty clear, have a pretty clear like use case or whatever, then there's not really any point. But yeah.
So what are you gonna do once you finish this?
Once I finish this, I'm gonna use it in my game. That's the idea.
What's the game?
Ludus is the game
Ludus.
that I'm developing. Yeah, I think I've shown you like a few things.
Is it that one that's like got the Minecraft?
Yeah, it's got blocks. It's a voxel game.
It's cool.
Alright, so yeah, this is going to be very, very long, these lines.
How'd you come up with a name like was it Vident or Vident?
VidentiUI.
Oh,
it's got law reasons. That's the official definition. Is there somebody shouting in your house?
No. Kind of.
Kinda, okay. Let me see. So I've added the offset for that. Oh, if this is the advanced, then this needs to also be divided by the dimensions, because this is going to be incorrect otherwise. So
on that grind set though, why don't you make more videos instead of streams? I guess streams are easy to do because you don't have to like edit them.
Yeah. I do have like a video, you know, the research project thing that I did
Dwarf
with
Fortress?
Dwarf Fortress, yeah. I have the video for that, and I was gonna add like a little bit at the end, just saying like, here's what went into it. If you want to see the research, like there's a link below or something. And I still haven't done it, and it's been like nearly a year now. And that's all I was gonna do, and then submit it to YouTube. But, yeah.
I had put my DT project on YouTube, and
that thing was like an art piece, honestly.
Ungodly DT project. I was put my Maya models in there, but
poor teacher.
I actually still like the blue shell I made. It's quite a blue shell.
I thought that was like, was that like the mesh one? What is it called when you were doing like texture mapping to a mesh?
Oh yeah. I can't remember exactly what it was. And I can't remember how to do all this stuff, but the important thing is that I did it.
Tutorial to figure it out.
Yeah, I mean it's not a tutorial. It's just like a little showcase with spinning blue shell. It's good though.
So
also got the Sonic
one. X, and then this needs to be divided by the texture width. Oh, that means that I do actually need the texture info. Here, do I? Yeah, unless I do that in the render loop, which I might. So I might just multiply it or like add. No, I can't be bothered doing that, so I'm going to add another function for this, which means that I need renderer, what is it, glyph info. So now I'm going to have to make this public, which is annoying, but whatever. So in here, where is this? I think it's somewhere here. Text info. I think this is the, yeah, this is the thing. Is it? No, it's not. That is the thing, maybe. That is the thing. Okay, so this needs to go from protected to public. So I'm gonna delete, how many lines is that? Like 8 lines or something. And then I'm gonna move this up to here. And what am I doing? There we go. Yeah, no, maybe something. Okay. I don't want this to be here.
Wait, I made that video 4 months ago. I felt like that was ages ago.
And then typeface info. Now, I don't need the typeface info, but I do need the thing to... I probably need something that gets it from the typeface map. Oh, actually, no, I do need the typeface info. Which means that I probably need access to the typeface map or just this struct. So, like, there to there. And then I probably then need to just make a function that's like get typeface. And then, or like get text info, or like get typeface info. And then it's just like string font file, and then it returns text info. And now I just need to chuck this in the renderer class.
We're gonna do something else. You keep on keeping on, keep coding foreign stuff.
Okay.
Bye.
Yep. See ya. Story of my life. Anyway, let's go over here, get typeface info. And then string font file. And text info that's under renderer. Alright, and then that's just going to return. Actually, that probably needs some error checking or something. So that's going to have to do if not typeface map contains font file. Log, that's probably a minor error, so log error minor failed to find font info, typeface info. So for font file, and then I'll just put the font file there. Yeah, let me wrap this in a string and then call it that way, and then add font file, and then add one of these, and then you failed to find typeface info for font file, and that's it actually. So this can just be a character. It does absolutely nothing but whatever. And then .c string. Alright, and then return just an empty text info, I guess. and then else return typeface map dot at font file dot text info. And there we go. Now if I go to UI C++, now we can do text info and then text info equals UI handler, go to the UI renderer, go to get typeface info, and then typeface, so font. Alright, now we have the texture info, so what we can do with that is divide the texture coordinates by it. So go to the texture coordinates at the end here. This is going to be glyph info position x, and then we can divide that by text info dot height, which is the width in pixels, I think. I hope. And then, well, yeah, that's the only thing that makes sense, really. And then I can surround this in this, and then divide that by text info dot width dot height. Now I just have to do that for everything, pretty much. So text info dot width. I'm just going to yank this and then copy it across all of that. So yank, and then paste, and then paste, and then paste. Paste down here as well. Paste. And then head over here and do the same thing just with text. Actually, I need to be careful with that because some of these are going to be x plus something, aren't they? But I can deal with that later. So then divided by text info dot height, and then just copy this across. Okay. It's gonna go there and there. There, and that's like 5H, isn't it? Yeah, close enough. There, and that's it. Okay. Now I have to actually do the texture things properly, but that's only once I get this done. So over here it's got position.x, and then so that's just position, and then all the transforms applied to that, obviously. So that's fine. Then there's position.x, and then so that's with the y added as well. So I don't know why this is minus. I'm gonna try doing just add and see what happens first. This is not gonna even compile on the first try, I can tell you that much. Let's go here. This is really difficult to navigate around because the text is so large, but anyway. Let us go. That's that. So now I'll go back to, so I'm going to add the dimensions y to this one, so glyph info dot offset dot y plus glyph. Oh, this glyph offset. This needs to be divided by one more dimensions. For x. Actually, you know what I should probably do? I should probably just go get the glyph info, and then over here just do glyph info dot advance equals divided equals window dimensions dot x glyph info dot dim divided equals window dimensions, and I'm gonna have to add a function for that. Glyph info dot offset divided equals window dimensions. Come on, dimensions. And then dot position divided equals window dimensions. And now I shouldn't have to worry about window dimensions at all. Apart from with this part, because this needs to be... Yeah, so what I might do is then just copy that out to vec2. So vec2 text dim equals text pos equals glyph info dot pos divided by window dimension, no, not window dimensions, text info dot height dot width and height. So divided by vec2 text info width text info height. And then vec2 text in equals with info dot dim divided by vec2 text info dot width text info dot height. Alright. Now I'm going to have to do this. That's not overloaded. Let's go to vec2. Alright, let's do a couple more operators. Inline vec2 operator, and then this is going to be divided equals, and then with another vec2, and that's going to return just just going to be the first one divided by the second one, isn't it? Oh, actually, divided equals, what is that going to do? Because divided equals means that... Oh no, because divided equals is still an assignment operator. So it should still assign something, I think. I don't know. Anyway, try this and see what happens. Just x divided by right hand side dot x. Oh no, it'll be x equals x divided by right hand side dot x. So this should actually just be void, because it's actually changing what it is. So void operator, and then there's no return type, so I can get rid of that. Alright, let's go. Oh, actually, I can just do this equals this divided by right hand side. Isn't that how that works? Something like that. Okay, so what I need to do then as well is just to inline vec2 operator divide vec2 right hand side, and then I'm just going to do return, and then it's going to be x divided by right hand side dot x, y divided by right hand side dot y. That's simple, and then that's fixed, I think. Yeah, it doesn't like that. I think that's how it works. So, and I should really do the same thing for multiply equals, but I can't be bothered. So let's do, yeah, that should be fine. What do you mean? Vec2 and vec2, I just did that. Argument 1 does not match parameter. Because it's not constant. It returns a vector 2. I mean, I don't know what else you want, really. Let me see, so if I go back to vector 2, yeah, it does return, so it returns that, returns that. So that should be fine. Let's see what the problem is there. I've tried const and const reference. I don't see how that would change anything there, but I think that's what people normally do for operator overloading. Not that I know what that does really. I just know that the reference can't change, I guess. It's an immutable reference. But isn't that the point of a reference anyway? I don't know. Anyway. Oh, now it's fine. Yeah, cool, I guess. And now that's all working. So that means that I don't have to do this anymore. Yay! Down to delete big word. To delete. Yeah, to delete big word. I did the wrong thing again. To delete big word. To delete big word. To delete big word. Just delete big word. There we go. Oh, it's also deleted the bracket. That's not good. There we go. Now do the same here. To delete big word. Let's also remove the bracket. I'm just going to do that. For delete word, that's better. Yeah, so this advanced now is, yeah, changed, and the text plus and text dim is what I can do for the last bits. So now what I can do is do Control V visual block mode, and now I can select, wait, isn't that how visual block mode works? Yeah, there you go. Then select end. I guess, okay. Yeah, that should be good. And then if I do search for liftinfo.pos.x divided by textinfo.width, and then actually this should be the backslash for that, I guess, and then divided by, not divided by, but like, yeah, whatever, and then change that to text pos.x. See how that works. Alright, did something. Oh, now if I do like the same thing, except if I get rid of a space there. Easy. I'm him, I guess. Let's... Okay. So text pos.x. Now I guess I can do the same for this, except I can't be bothered doing a substitution, so I'm going to do cw text pos.y, and then not divided by the height. So what is that? 3, 4 delete word, and then back. Why did my music just stop? Still working. Oh, apparently not. That's weird. Oh, the audio output's still working. I just can't hear it through my headphones for some reason. Anyway, what else? Okay, so if I change this to, I really don't work well with trying to talk with info, so that needs to just be textpos.y plus textdim.y. Yep. Textpos.x, textpos.y, textpos.x. So, let's see what this does. Over here they've got, well, I've got that, and then then this needs to be more added to textdim.x, and then there's like 8 delete word something, delete word, textpos.y, and then 9 substitute word for textpos.y. Is that also? No, it's not also that. So this one also needs to be textdim.x. And this needs to be, yeah, it's also the same, so textdim.x. This one, 9 cut y. Oh, 9 cut work. Yeah, cut makes more sense. Okay. Textpos.y plus textdim, yep, textdim.y. Oh, so it's actually just textpos plus textdim, which makes it easier to read, I guess. Textpos plus textdim. And then with info pos.y. Okay, so then that's just textpos.x, and then this one is textpos.y plus textdim.y. There we go. That was a process. Oops. Now let us do something. I don't know. comments, no comments, because nobody's watching. Let's go. Something. Okay. Position. Yeah, really, it's just the same formula as this. It's just that the positions and dimensions are different. So really what I should do is just make like... Yeah, that's probably a better idea. If I just copy this, so make 6 lines, go up here, paste it in above, indent that over, and then should I just delete it? The ones below? Yeah, let's go pos pos equals so this needs to be a vector. Pos equals x pos dot x plus advance plus glyph info dot advance, yeah, plus glyph info dot offset dot x. I think that's for text pos dot x. Then for dimensions, so that's pos, and then for dim equals, and then this needs to be obviously have the y component as well, so that's going to be text pos dot y plus glyph info dot offset dot y, which is all well and good. Yeah, all like multiplied by whatever, so this is all multiplied by 2.0f minus 1.0f 1.0f, and then this is negative, but apart from that exactly the same. Minus 1, because it's flipping the text coordinates around. And now, if I do the same with dimensions, so it's going to be basically just the advance, glyph info dot advance. Yeah, and then just multiply this by 2.0f minus 1.0f. And I think that's about it, really. And then what's the y component is... I don't know if I got to that. It means I'm going to have to figure it out, but I don't actually know what the y would be, which is annoying. I think... Oh no, the y doesn't matter because the y doesn't change. guess it does matter. Maybe the one without the offset is, yeah, something, I don't know. Anyway, I'll try that. So this one is going to be without the offset. So, 5 yank word, something like that. Then go down here, back a bit, paste that in, to offset dot append y, and then negative text pos dot y, delete that. Times by 2.0f minus 1.0f, and that's going to be without that. And then I'm going to get rid of it from here. It's going to be like something like that. 5, delete word. Okay. Now, that's that. In theory, if I delete all of this back down here, so 6 delete lines, and then go here, do the little trick with this, except instead I substitute position.x for pos.x. I substitute position.y for pos.y. Substitute dimensions.y for dim.y, and I substitute dimensions.x for dim.x. Now, in theory, that should just be correct, and if it isn't, then I can change it really quickly with this, which is cool beans. Now, do I need this? Yes, I do. I will get to that later. At the moment, it just matters whether they're spaced correctly. Now, advance. I gotta change that so that advance is plus equal to glyph info.advance after each iteration, and then a text I, so that's where it gets the character that it's searching for. In theory, this should all work apart from this, and I also need to make it so that it actually renders it, but yeah. So, yeah, how am I going to make this work? I guess it needs to be like a text element, or an element that's designated as text. So I might have to have text elements as like child elements of other things or whatever. But anyway, I guess what I can do... Actually, can I even check for that? I don't think so. If I go to the renderer here, this is where... Okay, so genverts and load texture. What if the texture is... Okay, so that just loads whatever texture thing it is there. Okay, here we go. If element, let's go text does not equal empty string, return element vertices, and I'm just going to do element genverts, and then I'm going to do load font, and then that does not return a thing, so load font, wait, load load font texture. I think that calls load font, doesn't it? Element font. And then that does the error handling as well. Okay, now load font texture. Loaded textures, it adds to that. Except it, okay, no, it does call load font, which will chuck it into this, all should be a lot more transparent than it actually is. Actually, no, that makes sense because it's part of this, the parent class. It's not part of the inherited class, so that's fine. So that calls load font for us and returns a texture ID, which is exactly what I need for this. So now this should, in theory, work, and this is not going to compile, I can tell you already. But okay, there we go. Okay, narrowing conversions. Let's see. Yeah, okay. That's fine. I probably should have done that in the first place, but anyway. Well, it was done in the first place, but you know. If this is the only issue, then we're going to get a runtime error. There is actually 0 people watching this stream. That's kind of funny. Okay, face load. Come on. I'll probably just copy this. Yeah, paste. Paste. There we go. Probably all I need to do. Maybe. Hopefully. Oh, okay. From unsigned int to float. Where is that? Yeah, okay. Fine. Float. 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 And float. There we go. Okay. Let's see. Do we have any? We do not have any error messages. That is not a good sign. Okay, let's have a look at this. Text buzz. There mustn't have been any property defaults that I set for that. Okay. I did not set a property default for text pause. I did font pause, not text pause. That's on me. Let's see. I didn't say font pause anywhere else, did I? No. Okay, there we go. Text pause. Okay. Let's retry that. Okay, still doing it again. Do string. What is it passing? Oh, too far up. Text size. Now it can't get the text size. Did it get to... Oh, okay, so it was looking it up. In, I guess, has valid int. Text size. Or maybe, no, it must have been looking it up in property defaults. Text, I did font size. Okay, text size. Oh, so that worked. No error messages. That's working fine. Okay, why is properties opening now? I don't want that. Let's see. Oh, you can't see that window, can you? Yeah, I'll show that window. Yeah, so this is what the window looks like at the moment. So you can press, the frame rate's lower because it's just text that I'm showing normally, but yeah. So you can see all that, and then if I click the quit one, which doesn't have any text yet because I'm working on getting text rendering, Yeah, that happens. So let me set it back to Visual Studio. Yep. And then, okay, it's turned off that. Anyway. What do you mean expected declaration? That's what I thought. Yeah, so no text is showing up, which I think is what should happen because there's no text that I've specified. But if I add a font to resources, for example, my favorite font, if I get fonts, here we go. Let's add, actually let me get up Ludus. Is it going to show up? No. Okay, good. Let me copy one of the fonts. Scaria screenplay. Here we go. Copy. Stuck that in VidentiUI fonts. Okay. No. Okay. Copy. Yes. Paste. There we go. Okay, we have Courier screenplay. Now, if I go to one of these elements in the Lua file, start.lua, and I set, let's go UI.button3.test. Wait, what am I doing? Text equals text equals quit, and then quit, and then I do UI.buttons.button3.font equals resources fonts, and then Courier screenplay .ttf retyped font. Okay, I think that should, in theory, crash. Probably. What did I tell you? Okay. Let me see. Failed to find typeface info for font file. Okay, yeah, that's all because whatever. FT throw. Okay, what is it doing here? Let me go up here. Set pixel sizes. Okay, that shouldn't be here because that needs to be set after that, so that's fine. I do get rid of the face, that's good. That, okay. Let's see. Okay, it also doesn't like that. Am I just not loading it properly? I don't know. Font file was an unknown format. I don't get that log. Get glyph info, cannot find info. Yeah, okay, whatever. Load font. What is that doing? So, wasn't of unknown format. It could be loaded. Or no, maybe it couldn't be loaded. No, it could be loaded. Set character size. I'm gonna look up the docs for this. Let me see. Alright, let me go to retype documentation. API reference, here we go. Let me show this. Okay. Now, I don't just want like each thingo. opening it for. Set character size, sizing and scaling. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Set character size. Right. In 26.6 fractional points. What does this mean? Whatever. Handle to a target face object. Horizontal resolution in DPI. Vertical resolution in DPI. While this function allows fractional points as input values, the resulting PPM value for the given resolution is always returning as integer. Either the character width or height is 0, it is set to be equal to the other value, which is what I had. So 0 for the character width, and then whatever for the thing within. Don't use this function if you are using the FreeType cache API. I don't think I'm using the FreeType cache API unless I am. Then I'm using the FreeType cache API and I shouldn't use that function. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here really. The FreeType library is like working. It should be at least. Let me try this again and see what happens. Okay. Face was null, I think. Which means that I assumed that it was not like working or something. So it tries to dereference the face and then it can't. And it dies. But the face, oh, it did have an error. If error, why didn't it log it? Did it log it? Maybe it did. It did log an error. Font file could not, oh, so it only logs it there. Okay, so it could not be loaded. What is error code 33 for? Let's see. Where is this error code stuff here? Error codes, enumeration, code values. Where's 31? That would be like 1 E or something. Was it? Never mind. Am I really gonna have to look this up? No, hex. I don't even know. Let's see. What's error 33 in hex? 33 in hex, let's see. 21, okay. Invalid library handle. Great. Could have told me that earlier. So this wasn't null. Unless it was null. It wasn't null. Let's see. This here. Okay, so it's trying to dereference a face and it doesn't work because it never loaded in the first place because the library was not initialized properly. Ah, because I haven't called. Yeah, it's null. Does this need to be null pointer or something? Oh, I did the wrong equals. I'm stupid. Never mind. Okay. Now it's gonna work. There you go. Okay. So I need to add free type in it to the initialization of the renderer. And that should not be the responsibility of this class, that should be the responsibility of this. So if I can even do that, I don't even know. Either that, or it should be the responsibility of the UI handler. I think is probably more suitable. So let's go in the init for the UI handler. That's for, yeah, gonna do handler. Init renderer after we init, actually no, before we init the renderer, let's go init actually no, it has to be after we init the renderer. UI renderer init free type. There we go. Actually, I can put that in the init renderer function. Okay. Yeah, it's still not getting there, which makes me think that maybe it's because it's running this before it actually gets to. Okay, so it renders. What is it rendering? Don't open that there. Main line. Okay, so no, it actually gets to the render loop, and then it fails. Okay, so if I go init free type, what's the problem with his here? Step through. Let's go. Okay, so error 0. It loaded properly. Return library. That should be fine. Oh no, whoops. Okay, so it's just returning it, which means UI renderer free type library equals, except this is inaccessible, I think, yeah, which means that it just needs to be handled in the actual class instead of returning it. So this needs to be void. Void, which means that we need to change this to be void. And then this needs to, instead of returning the library, needs to set that library. Free type library equals library. Return. Error. This probably should just be error fatal at this point because it's going to crash if that happens. There we go. Okay. Now this should work. Hey. Okay, so something's happening there. Ooh. Font texture info did not appear to be loaded. Okay. Could not find info for font file. Resources, fonts, Courier screenplay. That's about right. Resources, fonts, Courier screenplay. True.com. Seems like I spelled it right. It looks correct. Let's see what's happening here. Let's see what's happening here. Yeah. Get rid of those docs. Let's move this here to the thing. Okay. Now let's go to... Well, at least it's like not crashing, that's good. It's erroring, but that's something we can deal with. Font file was of unknown format. Okay, this is what I want to check in with. So, library is fine. Is it erroring? No. Okay, that's a good sign. What the flip? Let's not do that. Thank you very much. There we go. Step through again. Okay. It's doing something. This is going to take a while, isn't it? To skip back to here. So it does insert it into the typeface map and the typeface text box. Text info. Ooh. No, because that's going to be initialized anyway. Alright, so text info. Yep, that's good. That's good. Index should be 0. That's also good. Okay, it looks like it's actually loading stuff. That's very good. That's a very good sign. Typeface insert. Okay, so that's done. Okay, so text info.index plus info.height. But 4 is greater than text spacebar size. Okay, so that's the problem there, is that it's just returning early because it thinks there's a problem. There might actually be a problem. Wait, let me get the calculator. Here we go. 124 squared, 1024 squared. That is a problem because there should be a lot more than those in that. Yeah. Okay, oh, maybe it's doing it as like an int32 instead of like each pixel. Maybe that's what they've done, which is, I guess it kind of makes sense, but I don't like that. Let's change this then to an int32. int32 underscore 2. Which means that this buffer must be unsigned character. What is the length of an unsigned character? Unsigned char bit width. So an unsigned char is meant to be, is normally 8. I think. $16 bits. That also doesn't make sense. Whatever. I'm just gonna, yeah, whatever. Who cares? Unsigned. Unsigned char. We'll stick with that, and then we'll just make it so that if it's greater than, and not multiplied by 4. Where was that test? That check was somewhere here, somewhere. I'll find it anyway. Okay, so... Right, and now if I keep on walking through here, if I get to here, and then just skip through. Okay, so now I just need to get rid of the multiply by 4. And now we should be chillin'. Although, yeah, that makes sense. Honestly, I have no idea what this thing thinks it's doing. Let's do width divided by... Maybe they're just doing, yeah, I don't know. Divided by 4. Divided by 4. Who knows? Easy. I'm so good at this game. That shouldn't be black. I don't know what it's doing. Okay. Actually, what I can do, probably, is use STBR to write out an image and see what it looks like. Yeah, let's try that. I just don't understand how it thinks it's doing this. It's an unsigned character. As far as I know, on most systems is only 8 bits, which is definitely not enough for a RGBA value. So yeah, I don't know what's going on here. Actually, what? How about I look at the code snippet? Retype. Atlas, what was it, like minimal example? Yeah, this is what I copied it off of. And then it writes the PNG. Character pointer PNG data. It still multiplies it by 4, so I don't know how it's doing that. How it's getting like 4 times. Oh, so probably the text width and the text height is like as in terms of pixel like thingamajiggies. That makes sense. I think it doesn't really, but anyway, let's divide that by 4 and divide this by 4. I think what's going on is that the text width and text height are in terms of, yeah, so they're in terms of like each pixel channel. That still hasn't done anything, which makes me think. Could not find info for font file. Still doing that. So it doesn't contain the font file. I guess it just doesn't contain the font file. Typeface map contains. Just inserting the file path here. Right. What? But only now it gets to it. I don't understand why that's happened. And then it's like, yeah, so then it inserts it. Typeface info, text info, glyph info. Okay, there's no way that it can be. Oh wait, no, 128. No, that kind of makes sense, I guess. Maybe. No, that definitely does not make sense, because that's like a quarter of the entire thing. And 28 of them, that means that they're all only 2 by 2, which would be a stupid text size to have. But whatever. It's creating a texture, and it's adding it to the loaded textures with that texture ID of 3. Oh, it's probably because it's just not rendering it. That makes sense. Okay. Now it inserts. What is it doing? Invert. Okay, so it just did that. True, compile true. Okay, now it renders it. Now in the render loop, it needs to be like. There needs to be like a flag for if it's text or not. Actually, I guess I could look at the map in reversed, but that seems wildly inefficient and probably doesn't really make sense either. So I'm not going to do that, but what I am going to do is... Actually, I shouldn't need to do anything at all, because this should just work. Because it has a texture ID. Because the texture ID was set here, that means that it should just do it. All goes through in this. All of them there. Okay, so yeah, so this should just like in theory just work. It should do. Actually, let's have a look in render doc. Let's see what it's doing. Let's see what it's doing. Alright, so render doc. Let's go here. Let's launch it. Capture a frame, quit. Let's have a look. So it's doing... What the... Okay. That's strange. Is it like super sampling it or something? I don't know. No. Highlight draw call. Draw that. Drawing that a whole bunch of times, I think, is what's happening. That's strange. And then drawing... Setting that. Yeah, because for some reason angle draws everything upside down and then flips it. Don't know why, but it just does it. I think it's probably some DirectX thing, who knows. Dropped 40% of frames this stream. I'm probably going to quit the stream because I can't think properly when I'm narrating stuff, so I don't think there's anybody watching actually, but whatever. Is there anybody? Oh, there is somebody watching. Yes, hello Mad Max. What's going on? Coding is going on. What's up my skibbity sigma, Alex? Not much, mate. Coding's going well. Kind of. I'm adding font rendering, so like text and stuff, to my UI engine, which does, yeah, we'll just ignore that for now. I'll show you what it looks like actually. Let's go window capture, set that to here. There you go. So at the moment, this is what it looks like. Ignore the bottom one. I'm testing things with texture thingamajiggies, and it's not working very well, but we'll get there. Yeah, it has highlighting and things like that, and they have reactivity, so you can click on things and it'll do different things, but at the moment it's not doing anything, but you know. So yeah. I know, right? Wild. Anyway, I think I'm going to go now. You've joined precisely the wrong time. I know there's 3 people watching. Oh well. Probably one of them is me, another one is Max, and another one is a bot. Okay. Time to go now. See ya.